Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Beard Zone Sports Talk. My name is David. I got Scooter with me tonight. Scooter, it's a different kind of episode tonight. Let's just go ahead and get it out there. NCAA Football 25 is almost here.
College Football 25. The tradition
Yes,
is a little different this time.
it's a little different, but dude, I am so freaking excited. It has been 10 years since we have had a college football game, and the wait is almost over. We just got a 21-minute gameplay behind the scenes first look at this game yesterday. And me and you were like, okay, we got to at least make a video. This isn't a deep dive video. We're not going to be diving into all the different game mechanics and all the different features and everything else like that. But we are just talking as fans about the game that we are most excited for this year. Scooter, am I wrong in this? And I know that Madden is already going to come out, but I feel like Madden should have just been like, hey guys, we're going to just take a year off. We'll update all the rosters. We'll put a patch in Madden 24, update it, right? Update all the rosters, and then next year we'll give you the new Madden, and that also fixes their issue where they're having two Madden 25s now officially, because they had the Madden 25 of the 25th anniversary, and now they have the Madden 25 of the 2025 NFL season. So it could have solved the issue, but we're getting it. But I'm not excited for Madden this year, and honestly, I don't even know. I mean, I'll probably buy it, right? I'm a Madden player, but College Football 25, it is finally here. Scooter, oh my gosh, dude, it's here. I'm so excited.
For real. But before we tackle that, everyone, we appreciate those that watch these videos and comment and like, subscribe as always. We're on our socials at Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And we're on the other streaming platforms for, Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So just give us a listen. Appreciate it. But getting back to it, College Football 25. The college football games in general have always been better than Madden. And I will die on that hill every single time. Madden has been the chew up, repeat, throw it back out there, and everyone still buys it because it's just repeated rosters and slightly better graphics. And I think it changed when they had Madden 25 and you actually had to go through the combine and everything else. And it was actually kind of harder. But this Madden coming out, I don't think it's going to keep up with College Football 25. The hype is so huge in the college community, and the amount of development that went behind College Football 25 and what we saw in that demo for the gameplay and what we've already seen in the previous ones or the videos, it's huge, right? You have the stadium traditions and the Penn State gate opening and everything else. And it just seems like it was a cleaner, crisper game than what we're going to see with Madden. Yeah, I think there was a slight little delay in the gameplay versus what we saw on the screen, and I think it was just a latency thing. But the pitches, the passing, the effects of the wear and tear, dude, you don't see that in Madden. You just don't. You don't have super stadium effects. You get kind of jarred as the away team. Yeah. I understand the NFL is different, but it's a lot different when 100 and something thousand dudes or fans are just screaming at you and you're playing in Happy Valley and you're Michigan, right? Or vice versa. You're in Tuscaloosa and you're Auburn and, whatever. The tradition and the heart that went into developing College Football 25 is leagues, decades, whatever, ahead of anything Madden's put out for the past 10 years.
It is.
So if Madden does take the L this year and say, hey, we're just going to push out new rosters and then we'll give you a better game next year, I think it'd be better for EA. But I'm so stoked for College Football 25, dude. I'm probably going to take off some work or call in sick for at least the 24 hours I'm going to have it because
you and every other man out there. The age range of us is taking at least a day off of work. come. I mean, July 16th or July 19th, depending on which version that you get. But the majority of us got that deluxe version. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not even going to hide
Sign me up 3-day early access. I'll take that. Thank you very much. But one thing that I have to say, watching that gameplay, dude, the throwing mechanics look absolutely incredible. The way that you're able to just place a ball, just right there. You just throw it right over that safety, throw it right over that defender, and put it right there in the corner of the sideline, in the corner of the end zone, over the back shoulder. I mean, it's what football is, right? I mean, like that's what we see on the field Saturdays and Sundays, and now we've been wanting that in a football game for so long, and now we're able to do that. And something else that I saw, the pump fakes actually like have an effect on the defenders now. Like
Yes.
they'll react. You know, if you pump fake, you might bite that safety in a little bit, just enough time to go ahead and throw it over the top to your guy going down the field. So I mean, like, there's so many details, and that's honestly one of my biggest concern is that there's so much detail in this game that I hope that it doesn't the beauty of the simplicity of what can be this game doesn't get kind of like overlooked, right? I mean, like, because there's so much like the wear and tear system. Although I love it and I love the concept of it, I'm very worried that it might be like too much. You know what I mean?
It also prevents people from just doing the run and gun technique, right?
It
Spread it
does.
out, throw it down the field. Instead, you actually have to account for potential injuries. Like they were saying, if, I think it was a play with Donovan Edwards when he took a massive hit when they were playing Texas. And they were
Hmm.
like, see, your shoulder's hurt now. Or it's not hurt, but it's degraded, right? And
Yeah.
you have levels to your wear and tear. I thought that was insane. Like, your throwing motions are absolutely dictated based on how your quarterback is not only reacting to the environment and then how exhausted they are and how they've been hit or if they've been rushed. And the throwing mechanic bar, or I think it was the bar, it goes from blue, yellow to red. I thought it was very fantastic to bring back. If you remember, it was an earlier Madden. I can't remember. It was between Madden 25 and Madden 23. They had like a pressure system. You could do it or something like that. It was like a hybrid passing system. And they brought it back into this. I thought that was a very good move. And the catching mechanics and the trait trees that you can't max out and you have to be like kind of calculated with how you are in your players. Dude, with the one massive improvement that I saw was actually on the defensive side of the ball when they were calling plays and stuff. You could
Yes,
change,
I
you
know.
could hide your coverage, and you could do
Yes, dude, that's
a
awesome.
fake blitz, or mask a blitz, and like cover 2 to a cover 3, and I think it was or Bordeaux that got the interception off of Donovan Edwards, and I was like, dude, that is nasty. Like
Yeah,
the amount of strategy that now has to go into that game, I think, is why that detail is there. It's going to force people to legitimately try to play the game of football mentally, and
yeah,
in how that chess match plays over time, and not just that game, but the season, and that wear and tear affects the season itself, and not just the coaching tree. You can do NIL, you can transfer portal to follow your coach, dude. The level of details got me so like in my own head on what team and what kind of dynasty or road to glory that I want to do, and it's insane, and I love it, and I don't care, and I will say it again: the college football video game and the college football tradition arena, everything surrounding it is still better than pro football.
yeah. Listen, man. I mean, and that to me, I feel like that the developers of this game really took that time to say, we're going to take the tradition of college football, we're going to take to the tradition of Saturdays and make it individual to each and every single game. You know, depending on what stadium you're in, what tradition goes behind that school, the different seating arrangements for the color theme games. We have the whiteout game. We have, I mean, like, you heard it in the gameplay where they were like, "We are Penn State." Like,
Yep.
dude, it's that kind of detail that really truly immerses you into that game. It makes you feel like you're actually playing, like you're playing on Saturday, and so that is going to be, I, there's going to be a lot of hours that are lost with families in the
Yes.
next coming weeks. I just have to say that right now. So, but it's okay. Okay, we have been. I sent my wife a calendar invite about 2 months ago, and I blocked out about a 24-hour time where I was just like, listen, check your calendar. You always tell me to check the calendar, right? She's always on top of me about, different things coming up in our day-to-day lives and everything else like that. I told her, I said, hey, go ahead and check that calendar invite that I sent you. She's like, what is this? I'm like, go ahead and open it up. Just understand that
I'll
this
be
is the expectation. I am going to be busy. I am going to be unavailable. So if you need to take the kids to the park, if you need to, I don't know. I am going to be unavailable though. So just know that. And I'm not going to sleep a lot. So don't ask me.
or at all.
Yeah, don't. I'm going to be, I need a lot of energy drinks because I'm going to be going straight off of the clock onto the video game, play all night, clock in when I have to, repeat the process for at least a solid week. So I'm about to go through hell week and not sleep for an entire week, but it's going to be absolute beauty, all right? Because I'm going to be playing the game that we've missed for 10 years. But before I want to wrap up this episode. It's going to be a short episode because, like I said, it's not a deep dive, right? It's just us reacting to this game. It's exciting. We're almost here. I know all of you guys are excited about this as well. So we just wanted to join the excitement that is on the internet with this game. But Scooter, who is going to be your team? The team that you take from bottom to top, all the way to the natty. How are you going to do it? Is it going to be the NIL? Is it going to be the transfer portal? Are you going to be doing, some serious recruiting, or are you going to build from within this team because you know that your guys on this team already has got grit? How are you going to do it?
I'm going to have to stick with my alumni, the USF Bulls, and try to regain some of that prestige because we've never won a conference championship, and we've certainly never won a national championship. And, you can mess with conferences all you want, but I want to see if I can do it in the first run. I want to see if I can make the playoff in the very first run as a non-power 4 conference now. So the USF has got my heart, right? I went to the school, graduated, all that stuff. So I would like to start with them. If I had another choice, maybe like a team like, I don't know, Boise State or Iowa State, something different, nothing mainstream. Maybe bring back, I don't know, Hawaii or.
Dude, I've seen Hawaii a lot.
Right? Just because, you can do whatever you want. You can take a team that's like a 1-star, like a Old Dominion or something, and take them to the Natty. That's the cool part. And how you want to recruit, or you want to do the transfer portal, NIL, you have to devote your time. I think the way they broke it down in their video, you actually have to break it down and push your efforts where you think you can get the most, because you still got to recruit against those 5-star, 4-star, whatever schools. And you got to play to your strengths. Like if you're Stanford and you have a guy who wants to go for academics, because you still have to do academics in this game. It's a factor. They took that away for a few years, and it wasn't, I think it was like 2010 or something like that. So they brought it back. So you can't just have a bunch of 5-star athletes who are a bunch of idiots. You actually have to force them to go to class and all this other stuff. And you have to make sure that you retain people every year and not just let them go, because players will go if they're 5-star athletes and they're not getting their playing time. So
yeah,
I would love to start with USF and see what I can do. I know it's an incredible long shot given our last 10 or so years. So what about you, Dave?
Dude, I don't know, man. So because if you're a fan of the show, you know that I started getting into college football just last year. Now I've played the games before. I was a huge college football, video gamer, and 10 years ago, right? Loved it every single year. Bought the game like traditionally, just like I did Madden every single year. And I've done Madden I've bought every single Madden since 2000, dude. Like, I was just thinking about this the other day. Like, I've bought every single. That's a lot of money and a lot of hours being wasted. But hey, what do you got to do? But I've been thinking about this. There's one team that just, for some reason, it just has a nice ring to it. When I say that I want to take this team all the way to the Natty, that's West Virginia,
Dude.
dude. I love
Like Pat
the
White.
idea. Yeah, dude. Like I love the idea of getting West Virginia to that natty, and like no shade to Pat McAfee, the dude. I mean, he's absolutely amazing. He's honestly a trailblazer for people like me and you who are, doing sports podcasts on the internet and trying to grow. But it sounds so good because there was two other teams, but honestly the other two teams were just because of tradition, right? I wanted maybe Penn State because I wanted to experience the whiteout game, right? And then I was also thinking Virginia Tech because I absolutely love their intro with Enter Sandman. Like that's
Could
got to
you?
be in the game.
I know we talked about this before the episode, but could you imagine if they brought back the star college athletes that play in the NFL? Like if you were playing with today's Hokies with Mike Vick,
Dude,
with the VTech Virginia
dude.
Tech Mike Vick, just like or like Lamar Jackson in Louisville. Could you imagine bringing something like that, like an
Yeah.
Ultimate Team or something like that?
Dude, I know. And I think I maybe have seen this somewhere. Now, here is the question. Will Oregon have unlimited NIL like they do now in real?
That's a good question. I don't
Because
know.
because if that's it, I don't know, man. Maybe I'll go to Oregon
I
and kind of
wonder,
work my magic there
not
and
just
then
that, but like
transfer out.
no, 100%, because that's a huge factor. But also keep in mind the Pac-12 is now the Pac-2, and you got all
Yeah.
these West Coast teams like Stanford and Cal. I think are in the ACC. I wonder if that's going to factor into fatigue when they have to do a coast to coast run. I don't know.
Ooh, that is a good idea. I don't
I
know
don't
if
know.
I don't know if I saw that. Like if your schedule affects the wear and tear. Because I know that they were saying in the gameplay video, they were saying that toughness
Mhm.
is like the attribute that is going to help. But then there's also, I don't know, it was kind of confusing because they were like individual like muscle groups and body parts have their own like separate wear and tear. So it's not like, oh, your whole body just hurts. It's like, no, if you were hit from the right side and you're a quarterback, we could have a Brock Purdy incident of the national championship game. Like, dude, could you imagine if that happened to imagine you take your Bulls all the way to the Natty and you have the edge rusher from, I mean, whoever you're playing.
And Brown goes down with like
And,
a
dude,
ruptured tendon. Oh my god! I
he
would need a new
goes
controller.
down.
I would need a new controller. I'm not even going to lie about it.
Oh my gosh! But that's going to be the exciting part about this game. I'm so freaking excited. I know that's pretty. I think that probably 80% of this video is us saying I'm so excited, but it's just the truth. Like this game has been 10 years in the making, and for people who like, I know that there's like a lot of hype behind it, but the hype I feel like is so authentic and real. It's not just people jumping on. It's people who remember College Game Day 2000 or 2014. People are still playing that on YouTube. Like that's how much that game meant to players like us, right? Like we were able to build dynasties. We were able to rebuild schools. And the fact that you can create your own school, right? And kind of leave your mark as like this, trailblazer of, taking a school that's been non-existent, putting them into this crazy world of college football and taking them all the way to the natty and making them relevant and the recruiting aspect of it and everything. And you have to worry about your players getting, bought from you pretty much. I mean, honestly, that's what it is.
Yeah,
I mean, so it's gonna be, oh my gosh.
I will
Let
keep
us,
something consistent though. In the
huh?
previous college football games, I always scheduled Alabama and Ohio State in the first part of the season because I did not want to see them in the championship game, and I wanted to create my own dynasty and in my own reality. And I'm still gonna do it this time.
Tradition is still alive, and it looks like that this game is keeping the tradition alive for sure. But let us know down in the comments if you've made it all the way to the end. We appreciate you. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this with your family and friends. That is the best way to support us here. We've been loving all of the engagement. It's kind of it's kind of like surreal to us, right? But we are trying to get to 500 subscribers before the end of, or before the beginning of the NFL season, which is just right around the corner. So I think we're at like 159, 160. So a little bit of a long stretch, but hey, let's go after it. We're just trying to build a football community. We're just average dudes with beards who like to talk, the NFL and college. So, but yeah, I mean, go ahead and leave your comments down there and let us know what team you're taking to the Natty. What team you're rebuilding? Are you gonna create a school? If so, what is that school? What's gonna be your brand? What's gonna be your mark that you're leaving? Or are you taking a Hawaii? Are you taking maybe take Colorado? Maybe you take them to Natty with Sanders and do all of that. Let us know what team you're taking. We would love to hear everything. But yeah, we'll be coming out with the Thursday or the Friday episode as well. If you are a new listener or a repeat listener, our Friday we are finishing up our Way Too Early series. It has been a long, long time coming, but we are wrapping it up with the NFC West. It is our way too early prediction. We're going to be breaking down the NFC West, giving you our predictions, letting you guys know who we think is going to take the crown in the West for the NFC. That's going to be coming out Friday. And so, yeah. And then, dude, once Friday is here, then we just got Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And then it's D-Day, baby, for all the wives in America. Let's go, boys. It's our time. Let's go, boys. It is our time. So, but until next week, think about this, Scooter. I'm about to say something.
Oh, God.
Next week, when we talk to you guys, we'll all be experiencing college football 2025, baby. Let's go. It's back. So, but until next time, we appreciate you guys. Go ahead and follow us on all of our social medias. And until next time,
Beard Zone out.